Welcome to the Dimensions Think piece number 3 by Benjamin Wall. The piece shows how the 5 different management processes in 5D value interrelate for a comprehensive and coherent overall management of firms. There are 5 processes which all firms need to manage well to be successful. Number 1 is to match the company's offers to the market demand, for example, product design. 2 is to manage the external demand interfaces of the company, e.g. marketing. 3 is to manage the internal supply interfaces, e.g. teamwork. 4 is to run a business model such that the firm can survive. And 5 is to have a steering logic which aligns all the processes. Videos on this channel present each management process individually, whereas this video is about how the processes relate to each other. I begin with the first management process, where firms make value offers, for example, products or contracts, to counterparties such as customers, personnel, or investors, who are termed parties for short, who then return inputs such as revenues, their work time, or capital. The inputs are the means for the firm to generate the value offers, and the value offers need to be designed to attract the inputs from the parties, forming a cycle of value exchange. Thus, the first process manages the interests of all parties. Designing these value offers, for example, to customers, takes place within the framework of an overall approach to the firm's market presence and positioning. This is the second management process, managing external demand interfaces. This process has 5 elements. The normative aim generates benefits in the society which address people's preferences, some of whom become employees. They translate the societal benefits into the basis for distinctive operations, forming the strength. The go-to-market model shapes and positions the strength as market offers to customers. The competitive advantage constitutes the particular benefits generated by the organization and is reinforced by the normative aim. These 4 elements form a closed loop, and growth extends this loop to new markets, addressing different sets of preferences in new societal settings. The second process manages the interests of the customers, forming the path to the different markets and societal settings. The internal operations of employees and business partners follow the same path to the markets because they must ultimately find favor with the customer. The third management process, managing internal supply interfaces, actually generates what the demand interfaces promise to the markets. The process has 8 elements. Work mindset is a manner of thinking about the work and its societal impact, most particularly the social benefits of the normative aim, which informs and governs all employees. Work leadership translates the implicit work mindset, which has attracted employees to the firm, into the explicit communication and behavior in the team, thereby linking the daily work to societal benefits. Work in team is the actual performance of the work as shared out in the team in order to realize the strength of the firm. Work style is, so to say, the lifestyle in the work culture, which turns functional work into something with a kind of raw, unfinished value for the customer. Work style prepares the way for work cross-department, how different departments and business partners collaborate to generate unified market offers for customers, thereby realizing the go-to-market model. The contribution of each employee and business partner to generating the benefits and the value offers is the work result. That is, taking the competitive advantage of the firm as a whole and reducing it down to what individual employees and partners accomplish for customers is the work result. For the firm to grow, the entire internal operations, reaching from work mindset to work result, need to be repeated in new markets and the associated societal settings. The work framework is the mechanism to adjust the internal operations accordingly. Work decisions are the mechanisms to decide how the work cross-department generates specific kinds of work results, and how the work framework adjusts to new markets, these being the most important and most difficult decisions. The third process manages the interests of the personnel and the business partners. The business model also follows the path of the other processes to the market, but in terms of the firm's own needs, that is, in terms of the firm's own logic to survive and grow. The fourth management process is therefore a kind of shadow profit and loss account to ensure that the relations with parties are also profitable for the firm. The five elements of the business model are managed in the context of the firm as a long-term viable institution. The business aim gives the firm the resources to survive as an institution, both material resources such as revenue and immaterial resources such as the sense of worthy success. The normative aim gives the firm acceptance in the societal settings in which it operates, and the business aim is the associated reason for being in terms of the business world and the need for profit. To achieve the business aim, the firm undertakes business investment, here defined as activities conducted today to build up and develop the internal strength so as to generate a return tomorrow. The results from business investment form the basis for business revenue maximization, the formula, so to say, for increasing turnover. This formula is derived from the go-to-market model of the firm. Revenue is balanced by business cost minimization, the operational logic limiting expenditures. This cost minimization arises from the competitive advantage of the firm. The business model ensures that the way the firm generates the competitive advantage is also the way the firm minimizes costs. The business strategy process formulates the strategic initiatives for the firm to profitably grow, thereby defining the growth path of the firm. The fourth process manages the interests of investors, ensuring the viability of different business areas. The viability of the entire business enterprise is the subject of the steering logic, which has a parameter to steer and structure each of the other management processes. The five elements of the steering logic are termed constructs because they are both mental structures in the minds of the managers as well as behavioral structures in the organization. The fifth process impacts all the activities involved in generating value. The market fit construct shapes a consistent market positioning and profile to align the inputs and offers in the first management process, thereby forming the preconditions for synergies in daily business. The efficiency effectiveness construct realizes these operational synergies by steering the second and third processes according to the intertwined duality of first, doing the things right to be efficient in lowering costs, and second, doing the right things to be effective in attracting customers and thereby raising sales. The profitability construct governs the business model to steer total revenues and total costs apart. The management construct internally aligns the first three constructs and thereby forms the organizational framework for internal synergies at the strategic level. The market construct is the same externally. The fifth process manages the interests of management. The five processes in 5D value form a coherent and comprehensive whole, systematically managing all value-generating activities while attending to the particular interests of all parties. Further information on these topics can be found at my website 5dvalue.com, including other publications on leading firms. And you can subscribe to this channel for the Next Dimensions piece.